Hello everyone, Merry Christmas. Welcome back to our channel for the 25 Days of Christmas Challenge. It is here. Today is the day. I hope that you have had a wonderful day thus far. To close out this challenge, we are going to be going back to Reddit to look at some heartwarming stories of people's favorite or best Christmases ever. The one that happened during my senior year of high school was the most memorable. It started off with me being disappointed because there was literally only one present under the tree for me, and it was just a small box. I don't know, they say big things come in small packages, and I would have been so suspicious. I don't think I would have been upset. However, that tiny box would be the most expensive present I've ever gotten. Inside the box was a letter from my parents, and the letter told the true gift they had given to me. A college fund with a six-figure value. Oh, how cool. Being somebody who's been in debt from college and student loans and stuff like that, that's such an awesome present. Good mom, good dad. My dad was in the hospital months on end when I was 10. The hospital was able to coordinate a Christmas return home. I'll never forget that Christmas as long as I live. Oh. Unfortunately, my dad passed 4 months later, further immortalizing that Christmas. It's sad, but it's also wonderful that they were able to coordinate his care at home so that he could be with his family in those moments that matter most during that time of year as well. Oh, well, I'm very happy that that was a good Christmas for y'all. Not sure of the exact year, but I was around 8 or 9. My granddaddy used his work bonus to buy all 15 of his all 15 of his grandchildren bikes. We all lived next door to each other, so all 15 of us had a blast riding up and down the street. That's so cool. I kind of just pictured this 1960s, 1970s street with none of these cars going up and down and everybody just kind of screaming and being outside and running and zipping up and down the sides of the street and parents watching. Oh wow, that was a bonus and a half to get so many bikes for so many kids. Oh, wow, what a blessing. The Christmas by some was 5. We were incredibly poor, but that summer I had scored a whole lot of Legos at a garage sale. They were filthy, but cost like $5. I washed them in the bathroom and saved them for Christmas. He was so excited to have them, and we spent the day building all the things. Oh, that's nice. Christmas of 1999. I had my last baby in October that year, and we lived in a gorgeous old house overlooking a vineyard with the Alps in the background. Oh my lord, were y'all rich? My older kids were the perfect age for Santa, so I outdid myself on decorations and toys, despite having a newborn. We saw the magic on Christmas Day as our kids squealed and ran around. We had snow on the ground to make it perfect. Oh, there is nothing like a Christmas with snow. It is great. And then a week later, we stayed up with the kids to watch the millennium turn with thousands of fireworks over the city. I remember my baby asleep on my shoulder, the younger kids rubbing their eyes with tiredness but not wanting the night to end, and my husband standing there next to me. I remember thinking, it doesn't get better than this. Y'all have such nice memories. When I was a kid, we used to get together at my mom's brother's house. He had 3 kids. The house was always the fun house because they had Legos, a player piano, a pool in the summer, mini bikes, BB guns, and all kinds of fun stuff. It sure sounds like it. I was put in charge of making the toasted bread for the stuffing one time, and I still remember that. That's cute. It was always a fun time at my uncle's house. All of my mother's brothers and sisters were there. It was a big event, and we set up folding tables all over the place to eat. We drew names earlier and traded small gifts. Aw, that sounds so nice. At age 6, I was taken by Child Protective Services from my abusive mom to live with my biological dad and his husband. I had a lot of issues to work through, and at 14, around the month of June, I attempted to unalive myself because my mother threatened to take my dad's to court to get custody of me again. I failed, thankfully. She failed, also thankfully. That Christmas, I got normal presents. Then my dads took me aside, and my non-biological father presented me with adoption papers that would make him legally my dad and not just my stepdad. It was an amazing experience to know that after all I had put them through, that both my bio and my non-bio dad still wanted me and loved me. We got the adoption finalized, and that remains the best Christmas present I ever got. And y'all, it has been 25 days of Christmas. I'm really proud of myself for having gotten through the 25 days on my first try. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. If you've made it from 1 to 25, if you're finding me for the first time, we've got our playlist right over here and you can check that out at your leisure. We will see you on December 31st. Alex is going to be with me in the videos on Sundays still, and occasionally on Wednesdays I'll put out a little something in English for y'all. As we always say on our channel, with God, all things are possible. Sending you virtual hugs, lots of love and cheer. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful Christmas, and I will see you all in the next video. Happy holidays!